Happy New Year, everyone, and what a year 2025 turned out to be for the markets. Let's dive right into the numbers because they tell quite a story. The US stock market gained more than $9 trillion in value this year, with the S&P 500 ending up 16.39% and notching 39 all-time highs along the way. So if you were riding that wave, congratulations. Gold absolutely crushed it with its best year since 1979, up over 64%, which is wild when you consider Bitcoin actually ended down 6% for the year, marking its first negative post-halving performance ever. Speaking of tough years, Michael Saylor's strategy stock plunged 66% to $154 since July, which has to sting given how bullish he's been on Bitcoin. We just witnessed a historic changing of the guard as Warren Buffett stepped down as CEO of Berkshire Hathaway after 60 years at the helm, leaving behind one of the most legendary track records in investing history. Interestingly, 5 out of the 7 Magnificent Seven stocks actually underperformed the S&P 500 this year, with only Google and Nvidia beating the index, though the combined annual revenue of the 7 largest US semiconductor companies increased by 93% over the last 2 years to a record $451 billion. So the chip sector is still on fire. OpenAI is apparently paying $1.5 million per employee in stock-based compensation, which explains why everyone wants to work there. On the trade front, things are heating up as China announced they're imposing 55% tariffs on imported US beef and suspending silver exports, which takes 13% of global silver supply offline and could push prices even higher. The UK just began a crackdown on crypto tax evasion, so if you're over there, make sure your books are clean. Trump Media announced they're launching and airdropping a new token to shareholders with benefits for Trump products like Truth Social, which is definitely an interesting move in the political crypto crossover space. Binance had a massive year with their global user base surpassing 300 million and total trading volume hitting about $34 trillion, though the broader crypto market saw $325 billion wiped out from the total market cap, so it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. On the institutional side, Tether purchased 8,888.88 Bitcoin worth $779 million in Q4. BlackRock clients bought 143.49 million worth of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin ETFs alone scooped up 355 million worth yesterday, so the accumulation continues despite the price action. Senator Cynthia Lummis says proposed Bitcoin legislation will allow major banks to offer digital asset custody and payments under proper supervision, and Congressman Warren Davidson praised Bitcoin as a permissionless peer-to-peer payment system, so we're seeing some positive regulatory momentum. Robinhood celebrated the new year by giving away $1.5 million worth of Bitcoin, and there's a giant Bitcoin advertisement at Times Square that reads, "No man should work for what another man can print," which is pretty bold messaging for mainstream America. In altcoin news, ETF clients bought 15.55 million worth of XRP, bringing total ETF-held net assets to 1.27 billion. Ethereum is set to end the year with the highest net inflows among all blockchains, followed by Hyperliquid, and Vitalik Buterin updated his profile to a Milady PFP, which sparked all kinds of speculation in the Ethereum community. That's your wrap for the year and the day. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to follow along because I'll be back tomorrow with more market insights and crypto updates.